I'm telling you, it doesn't take much to get a lot in lawn care. What is up, my friends? Welcome back to Budget Lawns. As always, I am so happy you are here joining me. Recently, I've done a couple videos that have sparked a little bit more conversation. The first one was kind of a year in the life of my lawn, where I went through the entire year, every step of the way, everything I go through, all the products that I use to get my lawn the way I want it. The second video was all about how to properly use a weed killer and see the best results. I'm going to leave both of those linked down below for you, but I want to follow up on those because a lot of people have been asking me more specific questions about the products that I brought up. So today I am going to go over the 4 and only 4 main products that I use to take care of my lawn, and guess what? Still see awesome results. All right, the 4 products we're going to talk about are chunked up into 2 main categories: fertilizers and weed control. So let's start with fertilizer first. 2 products I used, both from this category. Just a generic 10-10-10 all-purpose garden fertilizer and the ProCare Natural organic fertilizer. The ProCare Natural is a biosolid, much like Milorganite. Sometimes Milorganite can be hard to find. The ProCare, always available, it seems like, so I use it out of convenience. So why do I use this 10-10 all-purpose fertilizer? One, it is a synthetic quick release, so I get pretty quick results out of it after I water it in. The 10-10-10 is the ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The nitrogen, good for that green, lush color and top growth. The phosphorus, good for strong root growth. And with bermudagrass, it's always got its stolons running across ground, tacking down, getting rhizomes going through the ground as well. So it's always developing a new root system. So the phosphorus helps with that. And the potassium helps with really the overall strength of the lawn when it comes to resistance to disease and other issues that might arise. And with bermudagrass, I'm really using that potassium to help fend off as much in the way of spring dead spot as possible. So the 10-10-10, I don't care what brand it is. Usually I'll get the ProCare from Lowe's if it's in stock. If they don't have it, I'll run to Walmart and get the Expert Gardener. I'm hearing that the 10-10 might be a little bit hard to find this year, as a lot of things are. So if I have to go to a 13-13-13, then I'll roll with that. I am not picky. The 10-10 is something that I under apply. I don't go heavy on this stuff. And I only put 3 or 4 rounds of it down a year. So it's not like I am being too liberal with this product. I under apply it just to get a quick boost of effect from that synthetic fertilizer. And then I apply the second one. I apply these both on the same day every time I fertilize. I'll get the 10-10 down. Then I'll come back with the ProCare Natural Organic, which is a slow release biosolid. And with that one as well, I don't go overly heavy. I just get an under-applied dosage on the lawn. That way, when that synthetic fertilizer starts wearing off after about 2 weeks, well, that slow-release organic biosolid starts kicking in, and then I can kind of prolong my fertilization effect. Since I'm doing it about once a month, that will usually get me through a month. Then when I apply the next month, the process kind of starts all over. So there are the 2 fertilizers that I use, a 10-10 and an organic. Not picky on brand on either one of them. Whatever I can get, whatever's convenient, whatever saves me time. Now let's move into our weed killers. Again, one of those videos linked down below will really give you all the tips you need on successfully using a post-emergent herbicide to kill weeds. So right now I'm just going to talk about which ones I prefer. The one I prefer is the Spectracide Weed Stop for Lawns Plus crabgrass killer. This one here is a hose-in sprayer. You connect your hose to it, open it up, spray it across your lawn. This one here is the concentrate that you would mix up with water into a sprayer of some sort. I have just a simple, cheap 2-gallon pump sprayer. No bells and whistles when it comes to nozzles. Put that in there, mix it with water, toss in a little baby shampoo as a surfactant, and spray it on the lawn. With both of these, I have not used a post-emergent herbicide in 3 or 4 years. I have probably picked more weeds with my hands than I have ever killed with a weed killer. So if you use your pre-emergent herbicide, which we are going to talk about in just a second, if you use it properly and consistently, then these don't become very often used. But I prefer these just because I've had good results and they were inexpensive. All right? They'll take care of crabgrass. This also has an active ingredient in there for nutsedge and just about any other weed that you may come across in your lawn. I use the max rate on these. So you want to make sure that you follow the label and instructions. That is key to success on just about any product in lawn care. Sure, there are tips and tricks you can learn that will help them work more effectively, but always start with the label. That is so important with anything you do in lawn care. I really have seen great results with these. I've dealt with just about every weed under the sun in my old lawn and had no issues with them afterwards. I ended up using about 2 rounds of those when it was all said and done, and that's all it took to rid my lawn of weeds. And then once I got on to the next product we're going to talk about, the pre-emergent herbicide, these became a thing of the past, okay? And the pre-emergent herbicide I like to use is also by the same brand, Spectracide, and this one is the granular Spectracide Weed Stop for Lawns plus Crabgrass Preventer. Now, depending on how you apply this particular product, it can act as a pre- and post-emergent herbicide, but the way I do it negates any of the post-emergent effect and only uses it as a pre-emergent herbicide. And that is because I apply it when the lawn is dry and then water it in. That way those active ingredients get worked down into the soil, build that barrier to prevent weeds from coming up at all. So the post-emergent kills the weeds after they're there. The pre-emergent prevents them from coming up. These are my products of choice. This for post-emergent, the other for pre-emergent, the granular. Now, you got to be careful with these. This is what's called a selective herbicide. That means it's safe for the lawn, safe for your grass, but will kill the weeds. You have to make sure you get a selective herbicide, not a non-selective, which will kill everything it touches. Again, with this one, you need to make sure your grass type is safe for it as well. It has a list of safe grasses on the back. They also make a line that's specific for St. Augustine and centipede. It is in a purple label, so make sure you read the instructions before you go out there spraying this thing on your lawn. And also be careful around some of your ornamental plants and your flower beds. I like to take a cardboard box kind of as a barrier, hold that thing up as I'm walking close to anything I don't want touched while I'm spraying. And that will prevent me from causing any damage to those desirable plants that I don't want to see any damage on. All right, there you go. Spectracide for pre and post-emergent. The crabgrass killer for post-emergent. The crabgrass preventer for pre-emergent. And you use those, and I promise you, you'll be weed-free. Okay, my friends, that's it. That's 4 products. The only 4 products I use on my lawn. I keep it simple here. I do the basics. I mow, I water, I feed it with fertilizer, and I take care of weeds. You do those 4 things, you don't need all the gimmicks and magic potions to have an awesome lawn. Hey, as always, I really appreciate you joining me. I'm trying to help you here. I hope if you like this video, you'll try to help me too. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you in the next one.